What's up guys, it's Dana and welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of my mental health diaries. Today I want to talk about depression. I was diagnosed with depression at 16, 17. I'm currently going through the testament of the fact that I'm okay. I've been truly happy for I want to say almost a year now. And obviously there are good days and bad days, but I haven't felt the way I did. I haven't felt depressed in, I want to say 6 months for sure. I have not felt depressed and I have felt okay and good and like I want to be alive, which is crazy because that's probably the longest I've gone without falling back into it for at least a little while, or not having really horrible thoughts since I was 8, 9. Nothing is really going wrong. I'm in uni, I'm happy, I have money, I'm not stressed. And in the last month, my life has kind of fallen apart. Not literally, I will be fine and I know I'll be fine. Like nothing insanely dramatic has happened, but a lot of things that I wish didn't happen happened. My boyfriend has had to move away to save money and get a job like far away. We lived together for 2 years and now he has moved 20 hours away from me. My living situation is going to shit, and the process of being able to move out of this house has been really dramatic and awful. Like my landlord has just been awful. I've had a bit of a falling out with a friend, a really close friend. So time like these that my whole life has been like these things would affect me so much more than the average person. And obviously this would affect anyone. I'm sad. I'm not, and that's the crazy thing is that I am sad right now and I am struggling with life, but I'm not depressed. I Depression isn't sadness. I feel sad that my life is changing so much because I was so happy with the way my life was going. But I also know that after all this shit is finally settled and in a month's time where I will be living and how my life will look in a month's time, I'll be happy then too. It's just I'm in a rough patch and I'm sad, but I'm not depressed. And that is crazy to me. I feel like it's the final confirmation for me that I've done it. Like I am not depressed anymore because I hadn't been through anything that usually in life would set me on a down spiral. And I am now and I'm still okay. I'm sad, but I'm not hopeless. I'm not empty. And that is what I think the biggest difference with depression is that when I was depressed, I was never sad. Like things would make me sad. That wasn't depression. My depression and my sadness was so different. I I would never describe depression as sadness because I was never looking back on when I was in my worst possible state. I loved my life. I had a great family life. I had a good home. I had a good home life. I had amazing friends. I was doing well in school. I was working out every day. I was eating good. There was no factor to make me sad, but I was depressed. And I think, yeah, if I had to describe depression, it's emptiness, it's feeling joy that doesn't last. Like I would go hang out with friends, I would go do stuff that would usually make me happy and it would in the moment and I'd feel happy, but it would go away. It was like the dopamine. It wasn't lasting. It wasn't, I couldn't look at those situations and be like, oh, I've had a really good week. I've hung out with my friends. It was like those specific moments I was happy. And then the second I was alone, I would go straight back to feeling empty and straight back to feeling lost and hopeless. I think that is the biggest factor of depression is that, like, you feel hopeless. That is the biggest factor of depression because I now am sad, but I know for a fact I will be happy again and I will get through this. I never knew that before, and people would tell me, like, God, I could. And if you've ever been through depression, you know, God, the amount of times I've been told it will get better. You just, like, no matter what, like, it will get better. And I was like, and I believed them. It wasn't that I didn't believe them. Like, I'm sure I have 100 years to live. I'm sure it'll get better eventually, but I was exhausted. I didn't want to try anymore. I didn't want to wait anymore for it to get better. Like, I was tired all day. I was like, I had no energy. I was just moving through the motions. I was just getting up, doing what I could. And my depression stems from anxiety. So I will do a video on anxiety itself, but I couldn't leave the house for 6 months because of my anxiety, and therefore I started doing bad in school, and I was anxious all the time, and I was just an anxious mess, and therefore, like, I was just like, God, like, if I've tried so much, I've done everything anyone has told me to do to feel better, and it's not feeling better, and I still have depression, like, I know for a fact, and I don't want this video to sound like I'm saying the only way to get out of it is medication, because I know for a fact that's not true, but that is my life and my experience. And it is not a magic pill. Like, I've been on medication since I was 16, and I haven't felt truly okay till about 6 months ago, and I'm almost 20. My dad would always describe it as it's like being in a hole in the ground. So if you are 1 meter in the ground, you could probably try to dig yourself out. Therefore, if you are going through a depressive episode, something in your life is happening, and whatever it may be, there are things we can do to make ourselves feel better. We can eat healthy, we can go to the gym, we can see friends, we can do things that make us happy. But if you are 12 feet underground, like, you can't dig out. Like, you'll just keep pushing more dirt on yourself. Like, the more you try, you'll just end up suffocating. And so he always explained it to me, like, he was like, for some people, if they are so far down, there isn't ways they can help themselves, because you can't help yourself when you're that low. You have no energy, you have no motivation, you cannot help yourself, because you spend every ounce of that energy just trying to stay alive, trying to wake up every day, trying to smile, trying to have a conversation with the people around you. And so, to get a leg up in the hole, that's where medication can come along, and it doesn't push you all the way up. It pushes you to 1 meter, and then you still have, once you feel okay enough to have the energy to try, it allows you to do so, if that makes any sense. And I know for a fact I'm still have depression, because I, if I go 4 days without my medication, I am straight back there, and that is terrifying, because I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Depression is awful. It is so awful. And all I wanted was to feel okay. Like, I am so sick of, like, people talking about mental health like it's it's something that, like, oh yeah, well, you go through it and you just gotta work your way. N- I tried everything for years. Like, It is so difficult and it is different for everyone. But for me, I did have to go on medication and it took a while to get it right on what exactly was going to work for me. And now I am great, but if I go 4 days without my medication, I am straight back there, which is terrifying. But I also know that, like, that's not the case for everyone. And I promise you that's not the case for everyone. Um, I have genetic depression and anxiety, so it was passed down to me by family. It runs in my family. It's not for, or at least from my understanding, um, mental health can be genetic or it can be trauma based. And there's some trauma in there, but I also have genetic anxiety and depression. So there is a very high chance, maybe not, maybe one day I can, God, I hope, I can go off medication and I will be able to make those serotonins myself. But there's a very high likelihood that I will be on medication for the rest of my life because I just have a medical imbalance. Like, there's just my brain just does not know how to make the correct particles or whatever the fuck to keep me clicking along. Another part of that is that, and I don't know if this is a good thing. In fact, I know it's not a good thing, and I hopefully one day in these mental health diaries I'll figure this out. But I am addicted to change. I think it's probably because I've had a lot of change in my life. My life has never been stable. And so when my life does become stable or the same, if I'm too far in a routine or yeah, and that sounds crazy and it's probably not normal, but I get lazy and I get unmotivated and I get stagnant. Like I live off change. I live off something new happening and having a new every 6 months moving house and having something new to look forward to every day of a different way of living and I don't know truly how to overcome that one and I'm working on it. Yeah, I thrive in change. I thrive in starting a new chapter. And so that's something I've always struggled with my depression is when I get too stagnant, I feel like I'm not progressing, like my life isn't moving forward or I'm not taking the steps to get where I want to be, which is not true at all. Um, we'll figure it out. But the main point of these videos is one, because it helps me to talk and to not know who's listening, but the idea that I went through this for a reason and I hope I can help other people um, understand themselves and or just relate and know that like fuck other people do feel it and it's different for everyone. Like I am so sorry to be repeating the same thing that I know hundreds of people have told you because they told me and I hated it. It was like nobody has felt like this. And it is different for everyone. I still don't believe anyone felt exactly how I felt. But there are people who have felt worse, and that's for sure. But it is so difficult because of your own makeup and who you are and what drives you and what keeps you ticking. It will be okay. And it sucks. And I am so sorry that, like, we got stitched up like this. Like, bro, you know, I hate those bitches that just are like, yeah, I'm pretty mentally stable. Like, I've never really experienced, like, much mental illness in my life. Count your days. God, what I would do to just swap. Just be in their shoes for one day. Love myself, love my life. But let me know what it feels like to just walk through the day without like something going off. Because as much as I'm okay and I'm not depressed anymore, there is still that girl in me that like when things go wrong, there is a tiny, tiny part of me, and and the biggest thing is that she used to control me. She doesn't anymore. She used to control me, and the fact that like when when things go wrong, she just wants to hide and escape and everything to be over, and I don't want to deal with this, and I don't have the energy for this, and I can't do this anymore. I can't handle this anymore. And now I know that I can, and so if you are going through it, like, you don't if you have the energy to try, try, but if you don't, like, just wake up. Just wake up. Just fucking do one thing every day. Just get one thing done every day. Whether that's the gym or having a shower or cleaning your room or reading 5 pages of a book. Do anything every day. Just wake up, do one thing, and that's your thing done for the day. You just have to keep going. Like, it sucks, and I wish there was a perfect, simple answer. And for me, that was medication, but it's not for everyone. But you just have to. God, like, you in a year will be so grateful that you did. Trauma blocks out a lot for me. I don't remember a lot of my life. And so a lot of feelings and how I felt and how I dealt with things are blurry, and I don't have complete knowledge of how my life looked. But I can't believe I got through it. I was so low. I was so low, and I can't believe I got through it, and I am so fucking proud of that girl, and I am so thankful that I get to wake up every day, and that I get to feed my cats, and that I get to laugh and have dreams and have goals and get to know I'm going to be a mom one day. It is okay for your life not to go in the way you thought it would. And if you need to do something to get better, do it. For me, I had to drop out of school, and that is, if you know me, that is insane because I love school and I am studying law. Like, I take my education very seriously, and I had to drop out of school, and that was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, because I thought everyone around me would be so disappointed in me because I've always been the smart one. But I had to. I could not survive it anymore. I could not sit in a class every day. And then I moved out. I was like, I'm sorry, but I needed to live for myself and not do anything specific, but I needed to get up and be the one to go grocery shopping and be the one to keep my house clean and be the one to do the washing and make myself dinner. And I did chores at home, but it's not the same. I needed to have control of my life, and I needed to feel like I had a purpose and like I was getting somewhere. I don't know if anything I'm saying is going to help someone because there's nothing I can say. There's nothing if I could go back, wouldn't know what to say. There's nothing you could say to someone who is trying everything in their power to get better. They're already doing as much as they can. Like, I just get to go make jokes and laugh, and whether they want me there or not, I'm enjoying it, and it's my life that I'm living for, and I like hearing my own jokes. To me, I think I'm funny, and I love to be able to go laugh and have fun and get drunk and not get drunk and go to school and study and truly be able to be myself, because I haven't been able to be myself in years. I hope you got something from this video, even if it's just that people feel like this. Most people have, even if it's only for frickin' a month, most people will at some point or have done feel like this. Have felt like this. It doesn't matter what your life you thought it was going to look like, or what your family or partner or friends think your life should look like, just fucking, if you want to go learn how to rollerblade every day and quit school and go rollerblading and that's what's gonna make you happy, you only got one life. Like, you don't get to redo this thing, so go fucking rollerblade. I want to keep making these videos because I want to help people and it also helps me. Like, being able to turn what I went through into something good is so. I feel like I can breathe again and it's great and I'm so grateful. So thank you for listening because it helps me and I hope I helped you. Goodbye. I love you all. Um, if there's anything specific you want me to talk about, please comment it down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. I love you.